What's up you guys? We finally have 16 players that have qualified for the knockout stages. So we initially started from 32 players. Since there are 8 groups, group A to H, and 6 matches were played in each group, if you do the math, 6 into 8, a total of 48 group matches were played, after which we only have 16 that have qualified for the next round. Actually, in Group A, the last game, Matchday 3, wasn't played because of the 2 players that backed out, so 46 matches were played in total, not 48. You guys should probably know by now who has qualified, as top 2 players from each group qualify for the knockout stages, whilst the bottom 2 are eliminated. So going over every group individually, from Group A, Sammy and Maltmus qualified, Group B, Burger King and Undisputed qualified, Group C, Nico, that is Pon Baguette and Exotic qualified, Group D, it's Pens and 420 that qualified, Group E, there is Uncorrect and Kryptonica qualified, Alex and Rustic Sniper from Group F qualified, Fear Ice and Abusive Queen qualified from Group G, and finally White Death and One Shot qualified from Group H. The way knockout fixtures are played out, as in who plays who, it's not random or biased. The winner of each group plays the runners-up of another group. So for example, Sammy came first in Group A, he plays Undisputed, who finished second in Group B. Likewise in Group B, Burger King finished first, so he will play Maltmus, who finished second in group. This implies to all the other groups, and that's how the fixtures are made. It's just fair that way because the winner of each group gets an easier draw, but like I said before, the games can be unpredictable and anyone can win on the day. I hope the tables are clear to understand. I mean, it looks pretty straightforward to me. On the bottom right of every table, you can see what the abbreviation MP, W, PTS, all that stand for. 3 points were given to the players for every win, obviously 0 for a loss. That's how the players were ranked in the groups. These are all the players that didn't qualify for the next round, as they finished in the bottom 2 of their groups. So I know there's been a fair share of clowns in the tournament and all that negativity that you guys have seen, but I do want to shed light on the positives though. Commiserations to all these players who didn't qualify. Thank you for being cooperative. Some of them played their last games knowing that they didn't qualify, but they still did. So props to you guys for showing good sportsmanship. So One Wing Jet, who is Juhu Mouse, as some of you may know, he is a dedicated pilot, but he gave his opponents a run for their money, especially at the airport. The last game in Group D was One Wing Jet versus 420. It's there on my channel if you guys want to see it. Group D's match day 3 of 3. Whoever won that game was going to qualify for the knockout stages, or would be the second person to qualify for the knockout stages, since they both were on the same points. It was a really tight game, head to head. I think Juhu Mouse was up at the airport and 420 dominated at the beach towards the end and won that game. It was a really close game, but yeah, I just want to say props to One Wing Jet for doing pretty well in the tournament, even though he is a pilot. Kevin and Betrayful that didn't qualify from Group C. No disrespect to any other group, but Group C was by far the most cooperative group as a whole, everyone in it. It was a very easygoing group and it made it really easy for me to organize the games, and they all played with good sportsmanship, especially Kevin and Betrayful. Unpleasant was the only girl to compete in the tournament. I wish there were more females that competed in the tournament, because I do know for a fact that some females are really good at this game. But yeah, she was really sweet and respectful, unlike those egotistical, attention-seeking females on this game. Anyways, respect to all of you. It was nice having you guys in the tournament. I have linked their channels under the description of the video where they played their last games. So moving on to the knockout stages, these are the fixtures and I will be live streaming it. Well, I initially planned to live stream from the quarterfinals, but I think knockout stages will be really interesting to watch with you guys, because it's not like the group games where you still have a chance to come back. From here on, all the games are like a one-off. You lose, you get knocked out. If at all, I do not live stream a certain game for whatever reason, like maybe time zone affecting it or the game's having a huge gap. I will put up the highlights for it, but my main priority is to stream it. You guys can keep up with all that information on my Instagram and Twitter. I'll update you guys on there if anything. Here's a bracket table for the last 16 players. You can see here 2 players who could possibly verse each other in the quarterfinals, for example. So whoever wins between Sammy and Undisputed is gonna verse whoever wins between Nico and 420. So that's going to be our first quarterfinals, and that way, you can see all the other games that could possibly be played. I'm excited for my own tournament because I really want to see who wins it. There have been a few players who've been unbeaten throughout the tournament, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. So good luck to everyone, and I'll see you guys when the matches begin. Have a good one and stay safe, you guys.
Look at his butt.
Why is that comment? What is this hanging out of his butt cheeks? Look at his feet. Disgusting. You think Olympia would fall for these feet?
Look at his fingers when he does this. Look at him.